Hi everyone, my name is Anamika and I head the Student Development Department at Ekya Schools. Today we are in conversation with the team ATREE, the wonderful and eminent team ATREE, and we're going to talk about a little bit about how students and young citizens of the country can contribute towards the biodiversity of a city such as Bangalore. We had a wonderful conversation with them and we hope you also enjoy this conversation.
Okay, I'm Subhadra. I'm a senior researcher and a professor. I'm faculty at the center and I teach the PhD. And I'm associated with this tiger reserve down south in Tamil Nadu called Kalakad.
Hi, I'm Shreya Nashkar. I'm a senior research fellow at PhD and I've been working with Subhadra and Kim. Well, we basically study bees and bee communities in urbanizing landscapes, and we're also part of the bee garden project.
I'm Dr. Shishati. I'm a biologist by training. I call myself a general ecologist, just like a general physician. I do a bunch of different things. I work on different ecosystems, and one of the ongoing themes of my research now is looking at how amphibians persist in urban landscapes.
I'm Anthony. I'm a nature educator based at Agastya Conservation Community Conservation Center, Manimata. I connect, me and my team, ACC connect children of various age groups with the nature, taking them in various trials and various education programs.
First of all, thank you so much on behalf of the entire Ekya family for being part of this expert interaction with our children. This is, I think, one of the first times that we've had a research organization be part of a school program here, and I think it goes a long way in the awareness of, in pushing the awareness of children also towards sustainability. The topic that we discussed today with the students was biodiversity. So I'm with a C. So I'm curious to know how you came about with this idea and what was the thought behind doing this session for the kids.
Okay, I think it was very short. Within a couple of hours we came up with the title. We wanted something catchy, which would capture the biodiversity as well as the city. I think Anthony came up with this cool idea of linking both because it's about the biodiversity in the city. That's how we came up with the title. Yeah. So we thought we should center it around biodiversity in the city. So, yeah.
I'm also curious to know that at Ekya again we really believe that the students are the next generation of our next generation who's going to go out into the world and make a difference, or that's what we try to do here at Ekya. As future citizens, what are some things, and especially urban citizens, what are some easy to do steps that our students can take to make Bangalore a biodiverse city?
If you guys don't have a jump in, I think a lot of it starts from being aware of where we are and what is around us. It gives you a sense of, it anchors you in a place and it makes you aware of what is around us. And that's an important step, and that could be from having simple activities like while going on walking around the house, what is around you. Look at a tree, touch it, and smell a flower. Those are things that we need to be doing in a city, and this is not just children. Perhaps it applies more to the adults than children. Children are really curious. You don't need to do anything with making them look at nature. They are always curious. So one part of it is being aware. The other part of it is being conscious about the choices we make. It could be about, and again, I'm talking broadly about the livability aspect of a city, not just biodiversity. It could be things about being conscious about our body use. It could be conscious about switching the light off and being step out of the room. Those are things that add up and eventually help us reduce our footprint on, or rather the impact on what is around the world. Let's say once you do those things, you could always argue for causes that conserve biodiversity in the city. You could also go around encouraging biodiversity into your houses. Maybe have a terrace garden, maybe have plants that might attract pollinators.
partnering with ATREE on, we really want our students to have bee hotels in their houses, and we were so the way we were communicating it to the students was also that this is something that you can do as a family. So this is an activity that you can indulge in together as a family, observe the bees that are visiting the bee hotel, and then make notes about how it's helping the environment. So again, a question on what prompted you to come up with the bee hotel initiative, because it's a very unique idea.
So, yes, the Bee Garden project is an ongoing study, and we've been studying bee communities in Bangalore and the surroundings for a couple of years now. So, we were prompted by our findings actually. So, we found that the city had a pretty good number of bee species, and that was surprising to us because we expected to find more numbers in rural landscapes, but the city did quite well. And we keep hearing about how rural landscapes are perhaps not that great because there are large swaths of monoculture with intensively farmed pieces of land, lots of chemicals about them. So the city kind of offers this unique scope, and it's also the taxa that you're dealing with bees. I mean, they have the capacity to navigate a very sort of heterogeneous landscape mosaic that the city is. Perhaps not all animals would manage so well, but bees seem to be able to do it in some way. So yeah, that's one of the reasons, and we find that there are lots of kinds of bees that most of us don't know about. When you think bees, you think honey, right? But the bees that actually make honey are very few. In fact, most bees don't. That's the majority of bees. They don't do it, but we don't know anything about it. So we thought it's really interesting to find out what really is in the city, in your backyard species. So yes, we want to see what's in the city, how we can help.
I think the larger context is also the global decline in bee populations that we have been seeing in other parts of the world. And this has ramifications on the economy, because bees are important pollinators, bees do serve an ecological function for free, and we benefit from it. And it ought to be in our best interest to learn about how the system is functioning and what's happening. It's also I think the studies like what Chaitanya and Subhadra are doing are important to catch something early on. It's like your regular lecture. You need to see what's going on in the system and you need to tap into what's happening. And that helps us. Maybe things are great now, but you could pick up warning signs where things can quickly go bad. And in ecology, it's one thing that we have learned: the systems can collapse at an incredibly fast rate, and you can't really do anything about it. So that's the broad.
So that was our conversation with Team ATREE, and hope you got to learn something new from this conversation that we had. We have a number of wonderful such talks lined up in the future. See you at the next one.